To this now, the identification process of the remains of the 13 people that died in a head-on collision near Hoedspruit in Limpopo is expected to begin soon. The 13 died in a crash between a bakkie and a minibus taxi along the R40 on Saturday. 3 other people were injured in the accident. The passengers in the taxi, all employees of a fruit and vegetable store in Hoedspruit, were traveling to work from Acornhoek. Preliminary investigations revealed that the vehicles collided head-on when one attempted to overtake another vehicle. The remains of the passengers were burned beyond recognition and 3 people were rushed to hospital with serious injuries. The identification process is expected to commence during the week.
In the morning yesterday, we received the call that there is an accident at R40 next to Kapama and Hoedspruit. So I went there. When I arrived, I found that 13 people have died on that accident after the taxi has caught fire and the other bakkie caught fire. So in the bakkie there were 6 Indians who were coming from Hoedspruit side, and the taxi was coming from Acornhoek going to Hoedspruit. So they collided after the taxi was overtaking. So one of the occupants in that taxi was a young child who was going to school in Hoedspruit because it was a sports day yesterday. So the 9th includes the taxi driver and the 8 people who were working at one fruit and veg at Hoedspruit called La Bamba. So that's what happened, and all the 13 bodies have been taken to Litaba Hospital for further processing. But late in the evening, I received a number and the names of all those that perished on the accident, the 13 of them. But the police and the hospital management are going to continue with the identification of the body through the DNA. So we'll be waiting for the report from the hospital management as well as the law enforcement.
And MEC, sadly, the occupants of the minibus taxi were bent beyond recognition. As you mentioned, that you are still awaiting a report from the people that are investigating this particular accident. Do you have any idea of the time frames as to when families can then start, being informed and identification processes, MEC, starting to take place?
Yesterday, all the family members were there at the scene. They were all there, and they even went to the police station to give the police all the names of all the people that died on the scene. And even the Indian community were there also to go and identify that people. But all the processes of identifying who are those people are going to be starting tomorrow, because those people bent beyond recognition, the 13 of them. Even the 3 that are transferred to hospital are bent also. But we don't know about their condition for now.
And we understand you also had a strategy meeting to figure out a way forward. Can you take us through the points that you discussed in terms of how maybe these families are going to be assisted with both yourselves as the Limpopo provincial government, perhaps working with the Mpumalanga province?
All of that one will be communicated by the premier of the province, since we made her aware that there is an accident. So far, the only person from Mpumalanga was only the ward councillor from Greenville who was there. So from tomorrow, we'll be communicating with Mpumalanga to make sure that those people are fair and also are given a fair send-off by both the families and the province. But we'll be there to support them.